How will you support audit readiness? When I discuss audit readiness with department folks, I'm often told, "Karen, I'm eager to support the financial audit readiness, but I don't know how I can help." These people usually aren't financial managers, and they look at financial auditability as the job of accountants. But the truth is, supporting financial audit readiness is an all-hands exercise. If you buy things, pay people, or manage assets to accomplish the Navy mission, you have a direct bearing on financial auditability. So my short answer to anyone who is eager to help is you can help by doing it right and documenting it. That is, do your part to execute the department's business processes properly and be able to show what you've done with the documentation. To illustrate, let's take a look at a scenario which happens every day: maintenance on a plane.
Here at the hangar, a maintenance technician needs a part in order to complete a repair. In this case, the part is not in stock. Therefore, the supply system is referred it off station for a contracting action. You will shortly see how this common practice impacts audit readiness.
That would be great. Thank you.
Hi, Ms. Morazes, can you tell me what you're doing?
Sure. I just got off the phone with the vendor to request a quote to supply the part. Once I get the quote, I'll prepare the contract, submit it for the proper approvals, and then once the contract's awarded, I'll load it to the electronic document repository so I have a record of the spot buy.
Okay, so by saving the contract to the electronic repository and having all the required documentation, you're supporting an auditor's review.
Yes, and then I'll review the contract, making sure it meets all of the proper acquisition regulations, and then get the approvals to make the buy.
Okay, so is there any sort of certification or training required to sign a contract?
Yes, I need the training, the education, and the job experience to hold a warrant. The warrant allows me to sign the contracts, and I keep a copy of the warrant at my desk.
Okay, so by retaining the documentation, getting proper approval, and ensuring that you're authorized to award a contract, you're doing things right in order to support financial audit readiness.
Yes, ma'am. All in a day's work.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
So now that the contract has been awarded, let's see what happens when the part is delivered to the warehouse. L.S.2 Smith, I see you're referring to a document as you accept delivery of this material.
Yes, I'm checking the receipt to ensure that the quantity and the stock number match what we ordered.
Okay, so what happens next?
Next, we scan the document. If the scanner happens to be down on that day, we input the information into the computer manually. Last thing we do is take a signed copy to document control for filing.
Okay, great. So in this case, using a scanner is applying technology to ensure that we have data accuracy. Following SOP is doing the right thing to ensure audit readiness. Great. Thank you, Petty Smith.
No problem.
Once the part is received into the system, it can be prepped for delivery and sent to the hangar. Let's see how this process supports audit readiness.
AWR1, here's the part you ordered. Okay. Please circle, sign, and date the receipt. Sure.
So LS2, now that you have a signed receipt, what do you do to complete out the process?
We keep an electronic and a hard copy. Once we file the documentation, the requisition is complete.
Okay, so I know that proper receipt and acceptance is very important to financial audit readiness. It cuts across all our business processes, so thank you.
Oh, is that the part?
This is the part.
Taking a step back to look at this overall process. It's easy to see that doing things right in a well-controlled and consistent manner and documenting it is the standard for how things are done here. Whether it's a maintenance technician ordering a part, a contracting officer awarding a contract to a vendor to provide a part, or a logistics specialist managing a supply chain and keeping required documentation every step of the way, everyone's role is important. This is just one of thousands of business steps performed every day throughout our department, and each has the potential to impact financial audit readiness.
You've just seen how a routine everyday event, obtaining a repair part, can trigger several business processes which then generate financial transactions. The accuracy of our Navy Marine Corps financial data depends on you executing these routine business processes correctly, documenting these actions, and retaining the records. By performing your role deliberately and consistently, you will make a significant contribution to the Department of Navy's financial audit readiness. I urge you to remember, audit readiness is an all-hands effort, and it can't be achieved without your personal commitment.